I'm Louisa Sampson from Alzheimer's Society. I work on the press team, so basically responsible for publicising dementia in the news and making sure that the general public are aware of what the condition is and how many people it affects. 800,000 people in the UK currently living with dementia, and unfortunately it's often thought of as a condition that only affects older people. It's seen as a natural part of ageing, when in fact it's caused by diseases of the brain, and it can affect people kind of under the age of 65 as well. There are in fact 16,000 people below the age of 65 that have had a diagnosis of dementia. When you come to terms with a diagnosis of dementia, it can be a big thing to deal with, and often the families can take a caring responsibility for a loved one or friend or family member that has the condition. It can affect people in different ways. Obviously, when dementia is developing, it can affect someone's behaviour, their mood, it can change their emotions, and therefore that can affect as well. It's really important that not only a person with dementia but also the family get the support they need with living with dementia. Different abnormal kind of proteins cling to different parts of the brain and cause damage and cause certain cells to die, and that's kind of depending on which part of the brain that affects. For example, in fronto-temporal dementia, which the character Ingrid in Brainville At Night is diagnosed with, and that will affect the front of her brain and the side, which is responsible for kind of mood, emotions and behaviour. So one thing that's really important to remember is that you can live well with dementia. It's really important to remember not to define someone by their condition, and just because someone's got dementia doesn't mean you should forget that they're still an individual, and to remember the things they always have loved and enjoyed doing, whether that be gardening, going for walks, engaging with their family and friends, and we really advocate at Alzheimer's Society trying to keep active and engaged for as long as possible, and that can help someone with a diagnosis live well for a number of years. Another technique which is often used is something called reminiscence therapy. So for people with dementia, they often lose the ability to recall kind of recent events quite quickly, but they can recall things in the past and look back to memories from fond years, and so it's really a good way to help people with dementia look back and remember things they did in their younger years. So Alzheimer's Society is the leading charity for people with dementia and their carers. There are over 670,000 people in the UK currently caring for someone with dementia, and those people need support as well. They're obviously caring for their loved one on a daily basis, but they need help as well. So we do offer support services on a one-to-one basis through our dementia support workers, and also out in the community, so singing for the brain groups, activity groups and dementia cafes, which are a really nice social occasion for people affected by the condition. One thing that we're really keen to get people involved in, as well as getting people with dementia and their carers down to our services, is actually to reinforce that everyone has a role in helping to support people with dementia, and our Dementia Friends scheme is actually all about giving everyone a really general understanding of what the condition is and the realities of what it's like to live with dementia, and hoping that they can turn that understanding into action in the community and perhaps offer a helping hand to people. Our dementia cafes, which are a really nice kind of social activity for people with dementia and their carers to come down, share some tea and cake, have a chat about their week, often have entertainers and different guests come to speak. We've got our Singing for the Brain, which is a really nice kind of therapeutic session where you sing songs perhaps from the past and can all join in and interact with each other. And then we've also got our kind of more advice-based support, so dementia support workers and dementia advisors in the community who can help people who've got a diagnosis and perhaps don't know where to turn. It's fantastic to see dementia portrayed in Brainville At Night through Ingrid having fronto-temporal dementia. For far too long, dementia has been in the shadows, and there's been a huge stigma around the condition, and people haven't wanted to be open and honest in talking about a condition which does affect so many people. So it's great to see this play tackling the condition head on and showing how a character, a person like Ingrid, can still live well with a condition and can enjoy and embrace life moving forwards, even living with dementia.